Well, hey there, welcome back to the White Farm. We're still in August. Episode 4, we're still in August. Well, I guess one episode didn't count because it was a setup video. Anyhow, got to thinking. We have the wheat in the silo. And I think it's time that I want to get some chickens. But I also need something else. I need a truck. Some type of vehicle to pull the trailer with because... well, I just don't want to be pulling the trailer around with the tractor. Now, I could, but we need a truck. So, we only have $44,000. And I got to thinking, maybe you should do a contract. Make a little cash and buy a tractor. So, what I want to do is I was actually going to put, or hold this out until we got the chickens, but I think I'm going to have to do something a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and drop this into the silo. This is the last of the wheat that we got off our field. Now we still have the grass over there that needs to be tedded. We have the straw over there in front of us that needs to be baled. But there is a contract, and it is in the field right next door. It's actually right through those trees over there. I believe it is a harvesting contract for canola. I have a harvester. I have a trailer. The field is right next door. I think it is the ticket. I think it's the ticket. So that's what we're going to do today, at least for some of it. I do have some money just laying out on the fields. But I wanted to take this opportunity because I really didn't want to dip into my current balance, I guess, that I have in the bank. I feel like we're going to run out of money if I don't do something different. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little contract out and try to make enough money on the contract that I can buy the vehicle with. And I picked something out. It's not very expensive. And I think this will actually work out pretty good. It'll be a wash in money. We'll get a vehicle out of it. And hopefully, we get a little bit of excess crop that we can store away for a later time. And make a little bit of cash that way as well. So since we do have the harvest done here, we'll just drive out through the field. The combine is still in pretty good shape. I don't need to do any maintenance on it right now. We're just going to run down here to the end. Well, I better go ahead and accept the contract. So we are going to be harvesting field number 1. Let me just double check that real quick. Yep, it is a canola. Let's just check the status of that field. Oh, it has weeds in it and partially fertilized. So it won't be a great harvest. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and just accept that contract. We'll make a little bit over $7,500. So that'll be pretty good. And the vehicle I want to buy will actually be a little bit less than that, I think. So yeah, it's not anything fancy by any means. But it will, I think it'll do what I need it to do, at least for now. Oh, while we're getting started here on this playthrough. So we'll go ahead and begin with this harvest here. Now I'll probably use a worker for quite a bit of this because I am going to have to cart the grain over to the silo. Well, to the sell point actually. So I want to get the harvesting done. And then hopefully go pick up some chickens in this episode, which means I'm probably going to have a pretty big cut between the point of starting this harvesting contract and finishing it. I'll do some of that off camera just so we can try to get everything we want to get done in the episode. And what I actually intend to do on this playthrough is only take contracts that I have the equipment for. So if I have the equipment, I'll be able to take the contract. If I don't, then I can't take it. I think that's a good way to play it. I know some people like to do a lot of contracts, and I don't mind them so much. The farmers I grew up around didn't do a whole lot of contract type work, so to me it's a little bit foreign from a real life standpoint. But I do know that there is businesses that do that. I mean, harvesting crews that come in, silage crews. I mean, there are operations that's what they do, is go around the farms, especially some of these large farms that need the extra hands. They'll go in and take care of it for the farmer. So I know it's a real thing, but to me it's a little bit odd. So I always tend to lean toward only doing the contracts that I have the equipment for. It just seems a little bit more realistic for me from what I have experienced. I know growing up, some of the farmers would lend a hand to people, helping them out, either using their equipment or letting them borrow things. I mean, it's some of these smaller communities, especially where I grew up, everybody knew each other and helped out, and if you needed something, there's usually somebody there willing to help. So that's just the small town friendly neighbor attitude that you get growing up in a small area. I think that is a trait that a lot of people have lost nowadays. It's actually kind of sad to see that folks just aren't willing to help anyone. I think we need more of that in the world today. It always comes down to the bottom line and the almighty dollar, instead of just doing what's right and what's kind. So this field is actually fairly large. I didn't realize how big it was, so this will take a little bit of time to get through. We don't have any straw that comes off the canola, so nothing extra for me to bale up. That would have been nice if we could have had a crop that dropped some straw. I could have baled that up, but we don't. I tell you, this combine is I'm really digging it. Sounds good. It's running smooth. I think it's very well done. Thinking actually coming down this side here, probably be pretty close to emptying out by the time we get down to the trailer. Already at 70% fuel. So I'm a little bit worried. Actually, today is I'm recording this Sunday, August the 6th. I was reading through my comments a little bit earlier, and someone had mentioned that they were having trouble selling their contract goods, or the not selling it, I guess just delivering the contract goods to the grain mill location on the map. So this contract actually, yeah, we're going to the grain mill as well. So I'm hoping that this works out. This could be a potential disaster, but if it is, what we will do is do a little bit of manipulation. We'll go ahead and harvest the field. If I can't deliver to that location, we'll just do something with it, and then I'll still get my money for the efforts. We'll just may have to do a little bit behind the scenes. But hopefully it won't be a problem. I hope it takes it. I think what I'll do is go ahead and get to the end of this row here, and we'll get the auger out. I'll go run, grab the tractor and get this unloaded. Yeah, we'll stop it right there. Alright, let me just blink over to the tractor real quick. Get that going over to the combine. I tell you, one thing I don't like is how bushes and grass and things show up through the trailers. I wish there was a better way to do that. Why is that not emptying out? The combine is running. Huh. Well, there it goes. That's weird. I shouldn't have to be in it. Huh. There's it going now. Well, that's strange. Very strange. So let's see. I think what we'll do is we'll start the worker going down this way here. That's a pretty straight edge and it can just work its way over across the field. And then we're going to take this down to that American grain mill. I think that is the name of the cell location. We'll see if we can get this delivered. Hopefully we don't have any issue. And it's 10:02. Let's see if there's anything else that has popped into the used vehicle. I tell you, I am still debating on this Magnum. Now, it doesn't necessarily fit in too much with the front loader or the front 3-point on it, but it's so daggum cheap. $10,544 for a 170 horsepower tractor. I don't know. I can't touch that with any other tractor that I have installed, but I may pick it up just because it's so cheap. Still have a little bit of time. Like I said, we're still in August, still in the morning in August, so we've got some time. Let me know what you think. Should I get it or not? I'll let you guys decide. Alright, got the helper going. This is probably not full. Well, we're at 94%, so that's okay. And I think that a grain mill is actually pretty close to the farm. I don't think it is too far away. Actually, I believe it's just right across the way. We'll see here in just a moment. The strawberries have started making though. It's got a little bit in the hopper there coming along, so that's good. Be nice to start getting some income off this farm. I know we just started, but I don't have a ton of land. I'm not starting out with a whole lot of land. They weren't in great shape. Crops coming off of it is not great. So this actually may end up being a little bit tough. At least initially here. There are some smaller fields around the map. I could potentially purchase something else, just to have a little bit more land to grow something on, and I may look into that. Let's see, do we go down that way? Yeah, I think we do. But yeah, I need to get a revenue stream, and that's why I really wanted to get that greenhouse or the garden there at the farm going. That'll give me a little bit, and then if we can get some chickens going, that'll be some eggs going along as well. Alright, hoping for the best here. Let's see. Where do we unload this? Let me turn on the triggers. I guess I need to back into this. You know what? Let me turn on the zone markers here. Let's see. So we have, looks like a load and an unload. Can we open this up? Open, oh, there we go. Let's see, there we go. Open door. Now what is this? Oh, so this actually must be a production. Ah, okay. So it's a production. Alright, so we're not going to empty, we're going to unload there. So let's see if we get the trigger. We can pull up here. I'm going to try to pull alongside it first. There we go. No issues. Very good. Whew, that's a relief. Alright, let me turn these markers back off just so things look a little better. And we'll get that unloaded. So what I'm going to do is we've got the helper working in the field. I am going to run the grain cart. Got a first load into the mill here that we're needing to deliver for the contract. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and knock out the rest of that field. And then I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go buy a truck and go pick up some chickens. Alright, well, I was headed out to the field, or back out to the field, to... Oh, I can't even talk just watching that. That traffic is brutal. Oh my gosh. Well, what I wanted to show you is that I'm actually complete on the contract. I just took that last load back down to the grain mill, and the contract's complete. So we have 2,600 liters in the combine, and this little bit here left in the field to go. And so all of this will be leftover canola. So that is really good. If we go over here to the contract menu, I'll show you that it is complete. The contract's complete. So $7,500, almost $7,600 minus my labor cost with the helper. And then we'll have a little bit of canola here. Hopefully, looks like we may end up with about 5,000 liters. We'll have to see here in just a moment. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So that'll end up going for over $1,000 a liter when it's the proper time to sell it. So that'll be a nice little bonus. Nearly double what the contract pay was. Or it will double the contract pay, basically. So that is really good. So go ahead and get this strip done. We got that strip there. I am pretty sure that that will be it. Once we get turned around here, I'll double check the map and make sure, but I think we've got everything else. Alright, we'll let that roll right there real quick while I check over here. And yeah, looks like that is the last little strip left on the field. So it looks like we'll probably get around 4,500 liters maybe. 4,500. Still pretty good. Alright, very good. So 44.41 left over. And I actually ended up selling just a tad. It was like $41 left in the trailer when I was at the grain mill. So yeah, pretty good. I'm pleased with this contract. I'm glad it went well. I had the equipment to do it. So while that is unloading, let's go ahead and complete the contract. And let's see, so 75.81. We've collected that, so we're all good there. And I need to go shopping. I need to go shopping for a vehicle. So while we're unloading, let's go ahead and do that. It's not a truck, but it's cheap. $3,900. And I think it'll work with what I needed to do. So we have a whole lot of configurations over here. So I'm going to do that off camera. I'll bring it back in when I get it bought. All right. So it took me couple minutes to go through this. There are so many different options. But what I've done, got it set up this color scheme, and I've added the roof rack. And the interesting thing, that actually has a universal auto load on the roof, so that may come in handy at some point in the future. Maybe hauling pallets or something. Anyhow, went with the slightly larger wheels. So we're sitting at $4,150 for this truck. So pretty cheap, pretty cheap. So I'm going to leave this in the field. I'll get this. You know what, actually, let me shut down the combine. I'm going to move it later. But let's go ahead and take the case over. We'll get this in the silo. And then we'll go get the truck and go get us some chickens. I'm really excited about getting going with the chickens, because we're going to need this trailer so that we can give them a little bit of food. Alright, we're going to get that unloaded. While that's happening, let's go find the truck. Let's go get the truck. Let's see, that should be it there. Alright, not too bad. It even has a beacon. How about that? Alright, this should go quick, getting down to the farm. Actually, it looks like it has a fairly stiff suspension on it. I'm not seeing a bunch of sway or roll, so that's interesting. Hopefully it pulls the trailer okay. I was going to go with the A2 Studios, the new truck he released. That's the older version, and but it's still, you know, it's 30-something thousand bucks. I saw this one, I was like, that is it right there. It fits the bill. Let's see if I can cut in before those guys get here. Yeah, it's driving well. I like it so far. So one thing that I do struggle with in my content, in my playthroughs, is exploring or showing a lot of different parts of the map during my playthrough. Now I may do it off camera or see it myself, but sometimes I tend to kind of just get focused in an area, mainly around the farm, a couple sell points, and I don't really end up showing a whole lot. So that's one thing I am working on as a content creator, trying to develop a little bit more of my content with a broader view of the map, other farms, other locations. And so that's why we are going to buy chickens. That's one of the reasons I wanted to show you up around the animal dealer. Normally you don't go there, you just walk to the chicken pen and buy the chickens and they magically appear. So I wanted to do this a little different, just to help explore the map a bit, show it. Oh, got a little squirrely there. It gets a little squirrely at speed. So one thing I had mentioned earlier on is these vehicles that are set up on the map. Now, you know what? Hopefully this doesn't... I want to save it real quick. Just in case I end up having a problem. But if you go here, and so you see there's a truck and a trailer here. It has collisions. You can actually get in it. But I can't crank it up. Can't do anything with it. And I can't get out of it. I'm stuck. So the only way I can get out of it is blink over to my other vehicles. So be careful if you want to use them. I'm not sure if that's just a bug or something and built into the map. But they're not working for me. Maybe they work on new farmer mode. I don't know. Alright, so let's get some chickens. And I'm going to go with the cheapest chicken I can buy. I know it'll take them some time to start making some eggs, but times are tough right now, so we're going to go ahead and get the baby chicken. And I'm winning 60. So that's 300. You know what? Let's just, I want to look at something here real quick. Let's just see how much. Yeah, so you know what? $3,000. That's not that much. Let's just get the older ones. That way we have instant production. So let's buy 60 chickens. Now the trailer holds 76, but let me shut the door before they get out. But the chicken pen holds 360 chickens. So I figured buying 60 would be good, because as they reproduce, we'll keep some even numbers. And I do plan on trying to sell some of them at some point. We'll try to make some money by actually selling some of the animals. I know that's hard to do sometimes, because, you know, I tend to get a full chicken pen and just let them lay eggs. But you can actually make pretty good money by selling some of them off, especially the mature ones, and letting a new batch come in. And so you could technically sell like 2 of the 60s, and then you'll have a 120 batch kind of in your menu. So it cleans up the menu a bit as you go along. If you sell some groups of them and let them reproduce, you don't have so many lines in the menu. Alright, so let's see if we can get up here. I don't know exactly where I need to be to get them in the pen. Let's see. Probably right there. Yep. Alright, 60. We're going to move to the husbandry. And there we go. We have chickens again. The ones we sold at the startup, but we have them back. Let's feed them. So we need to give them some wheat. Just give them a little bit. We'll go with, that's almost 2,200 liters there. That should be a good start. I don't know how much this pen will hold. It looks like quite a bit, because it does have a silo there beside it. Hopefully I don't have to back this in. Get a trigger, get a trigger. Oh man. Easy does it. We made it. We made it. Woo. See, I always dread back in those trailers. But if you take your time, go slow, it usually works out pretty good. So let's check the chickens in the menu. So we have 60. So we could actually put in some more wheat. Now I may go ahead and top that off. I wasn't sure how much to put in, but we may go ahead and top that off. So we have chickens. We did a contract. We got a free truck, is what it all boils down to. We're moving along. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to click that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. We'll see you back here next time.